Well, hello people, and welcome back to another episode of Going Medieval. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's been a while since you've visited this game, but a lot of you have requested it, especially on live streams recently. To see a little bit more Going Medieval. So we're back in our castle build, which is currently on fire. Not a lot of people, currently two of them. Everyone is absolutely set to firefight. Julian indeed has a passion for it. But hopefully this won't do too much damage to our recently established blacksmith room, which is in danger of burning down before it's even had anyone work in it. So we'll hope they put this down. Oh, still a bushfire. It's spreading quick. Maybe indications that we need a well on this side of the town. Wonderful, but we are currently experiencing a heat wave in the summer season. It's nearly 30 degrees, which is absolutely horrific. But I thought today we'd start work on the back of the castle, as groundworks are still going on, still filling in this wall, which does make the top floor, or I guess the ground floor of the castle, completely impenetrable from the river, so we can never be attacked from there, as there's no way up for them. So some groundwork's going on here, but I want to start bringing in some access up to these areas here today. So in terms of our build resources, we've got a lot of wood, so we'll absolutely use wood. And let's allow some people access up to the top floor here. And then we'll start building out some wooden flooring, so pretty much all along the castle wall. Which I think I'm going to leave at this height. It'll be the buildings that make up the extra walls, I think. Which these floors will plug into. We'll do that. Let's also chop this tree down here as well. Of course, we don't want trees near our castle walls. I think there's one here as well, isn't there? Yeah, just get rid of that. And they'll be okay there. I'm also going to want room for the wall out here as well. So I'm just going to reform how the floor sits here. We actually want to clear that central one. Or I guess the two underneath the doors here. We want those deleted so we can shoot down. Is actually how that should be configured. And I'm giving myself a bit of a wider platform. So we're going to afford to accommodate a wall. But yeah, that's the edge of the stable structure there. That does have one stability. That might fall down if we put a wall on it. Probably need some supports underneath. And then with our defensive structures, we'll have, I think we used stone or limestone merlins here, didn't we? Yes, we did. In terms of the limestone supply, there's only 32 left of it, which isn't a serious amount. There is still plenty to mine around the map. How are we doing over here? Yeah, there's also a ton of iron veins over here as well. Okay, let's take out this rocky soil over here. And then I'm going to have my limestone merlins run this way. And saving a space either side here. So they can actually fire down into that bottom level there. We might need to reconfigure how a few of these sit. And then I'll also grab some weapon racks over here as well. We'll have them in these two merlin spots here, which I actually don't need that one there, do I? Sweet. So they'll stock them up with weapons, which will be very helpful to us. Now I think the next construction here is going to be a church. Because currently the only religious facility we have for anyone in the village is the two shrines out the front of the initial starter base. Which aren't really enough for them anymore and won't be going forward. So let's have a look at our research. Now we've got religious structures here, which will give us a ritual circle and a restitution lectern. So we'll grab that. And then religious structures 2 gives us wall decorations, idols, and a restitution wall. So we'll grab that as well. I did notice this is also bringing gold into the production chain as well now for the first time. Now, pretty sure we don't have any gold in our current collection, do we? Only gold coins, which can be smelted down. let's have a look at our blacksmith's room here, which also needs to have tool shelves added to this as well. Let's do that while we remember. So we'll add these in here. A couple of wall shelves. This will convert it into a workshop for us. And then to add gold production, again, keep a stockpile of, like, I guess 10, maybe 20 should be okay. And it's going to want fuel and 300 gold ore. Holy smokes, that's so much more than the iron, which only wants 30. Okay, well, we don't have that. But we can smelt down gold coins. But it weighs obviously a lot less than raw gold ore. So that's going to be a problem going forward as to how we actually source gold. I haven't found a single deposit of it anywhere on the map. We have plenty of iron and clay. Unless we just have to go deeper in a certain spot. Or rely on traders. There's animals out here as well. Let's mark them for hunting. I'm waiting for food, actually. Yeah, we've got some seeds knocking about. I think I wouldn't mind planting a new garden. Just to use those seeds. But then again, we do have quite a lot of raw meat there, don't we? The food supply is pretty decent. I'm thinking maybe another little like a tiered garden down here on these layers. Because I'm not going to build here again. So let's do that. We'll build some stairs down to this level for the gardeners. And then we'll just make all of this. What's the most amount of seedage we have? Herbs, carrots. Okay, well, let's do carrots then. I'll have a little carrot field. I'll have 8 there. And then some cabbage. And then some herbs. Every time we get some extra kind of bank or seeds in the bank, I suppose. I'm just going to develop a little herb garden down here. I think I'd be quite happy with that. That wonderful rainstorm to cool us off after the heat wave. Let's have a look at the new assets we just got. So for a Church of Restitution chapel, we need to have at least one shrine of any kind. As I would say, I'd rather go for the large one in the next tech tree, which is only another 15 chronicles away. But even then, it's 5 gold ingots. Okay, well, the lack of gold stops us from building the initial large lectern or shrine. But I can still work with it. So we'll work from the inside out with this. Let's grab ourselves a limestone restitutionist shrine, which does want some more resource. Which should be being mined. I'm just wondering, is there anything in the bottom of these pits over here we can start to extract? Yeah, that's not gold, is it? That's clay, right? Yeah, I just thought it looked quite shiny in the rain, didn't it? Yeah, it's all clay, unfortunately. Our workshop just got created. Wonderful. So everyone in here should have a little buff now, where we have our stonemason's bench, which is going to be producing limestone brick for us, but currently has not enough limestone. So we've really run out of raw resource here. I feel like I'm almost going to have to start a new strip mine somewhere, but it's where do you go, isn't it? There's no real indication of any massive limestone deposits knocking around. Yeah, Cuthboard's coming in to start making a dent, but even then, it's not going to be massive, is it? Okay, well that will just accrue over time. Let's start with the floor of the church. While we wait for the shrine to go up. We have a vast amount of clay bricks, so that's going to make up the entrance here. So we'll have this run down the aisle of the church, if you like. And then we also have to factor in the restitutionist lectern as well. Which might do 2 of these, just so it mirrors the shrine. And then I guess I'd like some wooden chairs that are serving as pews, I suppose. Although will they need a space in between? Very likely. I think I'd like that just from the visual perspective as well. Okay, something like that, I guess, will do for me. Go ahead and expand the flooring to cover the whole bottom of the building. Which would give us quite a nice church shape, I think. And I'll try and make, I guess, something of a steeple if I can. And then we'll give this surrounding of clay brick wall. I would have built it out of limestone, but that doesn't look like it's going to be very possible in the near future. Actually, with these ones on the end, I'm just going to cancel them. And then same thing with these flooring on the side. We'll end the building a little bit before the actual road here. And then we'll do 2 reinforced doors here as the little entrance up to it. Let's also not forget about our stability. We'll do 2 beams, 3 in from the edge. There is actually a fair amount of rocky soil here. I think that might actually be my last great bastion of limestone. Also got some harvestables out here too. Let's mark them up for collection. We'll also have a look at the domestic wildlife overview. I'll have all the dogs doing vermin control. And all the goats should also be hauling. We don't need to slaughter any of them yet. It can be a bit of an emergency food source for us. We also have a prisoner, Carl Goodard, who is 24% recruited. Now, he also has really terrible perks. He's disfigured. He is lazy. And he also wants to mess about with art, which isn't really my priority at the minute. So, I don't think I really want him to come in, if I can be brutally honest. He is an excellent melee fighter though. 35 is very high. Yeah, I think that maybe makes him worth coming in then, if he can be a bit of a frontline soldier for us. And I guess it does give us someone with the art passion, because I don't think we have it at all. No, we've got no one in the village that actually has a passion for art. Okay, well it turns out then his passion for art will save his life. I was thinking of hanging him. But further to that point, we should also build a gallows in the event that we do want to take someone out. I think this would be quite thematic to have in the castle walls, right? Maybe directly outside the church, yeah? Back in the old medieval days, the church did have a bit of a reputation. So maybe we can replicate that here. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe just by the walls there. We can hang people. So the church begins to go up. Let's also give the church some lighting. We'll have a clay brick brazier at the entrance, and then also 2 by the shrine. We're also starting to run out of clay bricks as well now. These should be in constant production under here. Yeah, firing clay bricks, they're all going. And the clay reserves, 378. Yeah, so all these are firing. They're all going for clay bricks. This reserve is a little bit pointless now, so I'm going to remove it. There we go, some limestone has filtered back through as well now, which is quite good. Well, this is just raw limestone, isn't it? It's not actually being processed just yet. Sweet. They also planted the crops down here as well. Just using up that spare seed that we had at least. And there's plenty of berries over here, so come and handle. And grab this clay as well, actually. Actually, now we're going to start using it. You might as well grab the stuff that's spawned in on the map. All this stuff here. I know there's bones there, but we can use them for lighting fires and whatnot. And then we'll also do a wooden floor roof on this. There's no point using clay tiles for that. And then we can have our church roof on. Which we can try and see if we can make a bit of a steeple. At least something more pointed, maybe. Let's do the wicker roof. And then if I change the 2 front ones, that sort of gives me a bit of a steeple, doesn't it? It's a shame we can't build a proper church roof, but... Are there any of these variations that might help? No, I don't think so. I think that's as close as I'll get to it. With the current roofing tools, anyway. Let's also bring in the Church of Restitution wall decoration as well. Let's turn that roof here so we can see. And... yeah, maybe on the back walls there. And then in the corners, then we can have this really nice, cute, symmetrical church space, or chapel space, I suppose, for them. It will hold events from the lecterns, so I guess it's functioning like the Scholars Lectern we have over in the library here. But otherwise, beyond that, several years into the save now, we've got no problems at all, plenty of food coming in, and no one's unhappy, although people here are hungry. But thankfully they're on their way to the root cellar to collect some food, which is really cool. Where are you running to eat that? Oh, interesting. Isn't that fun? Are they using these tables? Maybe in that case then, they'd prefer to maybe have a table and chairs in the kitchen. I'm going to bring in a medium wooden table. I know they will dine in the great halls, but for realism points, I think I'm happy to have a little dining table and chairs in the kitchen itself. Sweet. So we'll build that on the ground floor. Everything here should be being made. We've got a merchant. Quite a well-armed merchant as well, so maybe he's going to have some gold for us. Gillian is our highest speechcraft, so we'll send her to the trader. Hopefully she's not too far away. Yeah, she's literally the opposite side of the castle. I'm hoping to be attacked again soon. I'd like to actually use the castle's new defences. Now let's see what you've got. So nothing that I want. Yeah, it doesn't like he... Does he even have the opportunity to sell raw resources? There's the regular raw ones down here. But I can't see gold in that at all. We will, however, use this as an opportunity to shift some flaxseed. I'm going to sell half of it. Again, we've also got quite a lot of tallow. Move some of that out of the surplus as well. I'm using all the books these days for research, so I'm not going to sell those anymore. And I'll take 102 of his gold coins. Okay, so the other raw resources are on their menu, but I couldn't see gold there, unless I was just being a blind YouTuber and not actually seeing it in front of my face. I think I wouldn't mind just finishing off the religious tree. So then we can actually build the full chapel. Oh, they built it now? Yes, you have. Well, we've got some news for you boys. We've just unlocked a new one, so get ready to immediately take it down. And of course, it's 3 wide, isn't it? Of course it is. Okay, in that case then, rather than rebuilding the entire thing, I might just have a couple of them in here. But again, it requires gold ingots, so it isn't going to be built for a little while. I'm going to relocate the lectern to sit here, in front of the chapel, or the thing, so it's like a little altar then, I suppose. Oh, I think there was an altar in there. The tree, wasn't there? An altar shelf. Yeah, okay, so it's not an actual altar, is it? That's fine then. And then we want the large restitutionist one. I'm going to go for limestone just because they look really cool. And then I'm going to have 2 of those either side there like that, okay? And then just to move those clay brick braziers out of the way as well. Sweet. So then it makes a little more sense. Of course, it would be 1 tile wide than I built, wouldn't it? But either way, it can be kind of worship central, I suppose. And let's also remove these wall shelves as well. I'm going to build one of these altar shelves as well. So maybe 2 of those to replace the braziers. I think so. But again, they also want gold ingots, which is nowhere near being made. Now, I suppose I'm not actually spending that money, am I? The gold that I have. 390 of it. Oh, I guess I'd just like to test it. So, let me just say you are allowed to use gold coins for this. I'm just going to bring the requirement down, just see if you can make me 2 ingots from the current gold we have. We'll try that in the morning, but yeah. Progressing further down that is entirely limited by the finding of gold. And they ate raw food. Did you? Do we not have anyone cooking yet? Yeah, we've got 2 cookers. And people passionate about it as well, but maybe they're busy doing other stuff. Very possibly. Gonna chill out on the mining for some people as well, especially those that aren't passionate for it. We had quite a lot of high priority miners. Yeah, it's a constant evolution, isn't it, this jobs board, as things evolve. Got a whole load of people. Oh, that's the trader. I thought that was my Sims. I was like, where are you all going? Please come back. Your jobs aren't finished. His role requirements, he actually wants 4 weapons racks in his training room. I don't have those. So let's bring them in. I'll just grab them from up here. We should have enough room to put these in. There we go. He actually wants that for his role. That's Sergeant at Arms. And he does actually want level 10 melee, so it would be good for him to practice that. We will need a practice dummy for it though. Oh, the deer carcass rotted. That's so irritating. You should have harvested that. Not that we're struggling for food, right? But every little helps. But we also just got an achievement for constructing our first chapel. Fantastic. Wonderful. So this is now recognised as the Restitution Chapel. Now we also have the Oak Brethren as well, which is the different religion. Have a few of them. Actually, most of them. No, it's pretty much split 50-50 actually. As to which religious alignment they prefer. So I guess we'll do them the same, but for the other church, but we'll leave them away. So there's no clashes. Maybe we can have another chapel out here, where we've got space by the castle. So this time we'll grab the large Oak Brethren shrine, which isn't going to be built for a little bit yet, due to its gold requirements. And again, clay is by far and away the most plentiful resource I have. So I'm going to build it with this. So for the Oak Brethren temple, it wants any of the shrines, and then one of its ritual circles, which are these. Which will fit nicely with the shrine. And that also wants beeswax, which I am not producing. It's produced in the scape. We do have one, don't we? Just produce honey forever. But I guess, is that just going to be a side product, is it? Yeah, it just says it's harvested from the beehive. So, I guess we'll just wait for a harvest to happen. It must be harvested alongside the honey, I suppose. Here comes Donald. He's playing with the bees in his full suit armor. Okay, well hopefully that's just going to tick along as it goes along anyway. And I'll carry on building up the rest of the church here. I'm also run out of wood. And we've got a vast forest here, so clear all that out. Also these trees growing up near my market as well, get rid of them. And then we're also going to want the Oak Brethren wall decorations as well. Which will have these at the back of the wall, either side of the eventual shrine. And I'm also going to include a couple of regular shrines as well, just so it activates as a chapel. And then it will eventually function as the max level once we have that big shrine in, but again, limited by gold production. Which I think I'm going to have to go do some research into that, because we are going to need to resolve that problem at some point. So most of the clay resource has been burnt up now as well. So, I mean, we cancelled all orders here, didn't we? Yeah, just come back to the clay pit then. All of this can be dug out here. So that should let them complete the job. So I'm just going to let them simulate for a little bit, and then we'll see what everyone does. And the first bear has just arrived. We can't train him. Oh no, we can tame it. Required skill 30. Donald is our best animal handler. It's 34. I'm going to try it. How much I would love a bear to join the ranks. Donald, can you prioritize taming? Oh, it's sleeping. Okay. Alright, well, we'll see if Donald can tame it. It's going to be a I feel like I'm going to regret that decision. I feel like I really don't want to lose Donald. He's our best builder and animal handler. Alright, Donald, let's give it a go. Come and try and tame the bear. This could go horrifically wrong. There's only one way to find out. The bear is surprisingly calm. What's he feeding it? Porridge? Is it one of the 3 bears? Why is it eating porridge? Oh, it sat down. You told it to sit. Is it going to work? My goodness, it worked. Is it 14% tame? It just went down to 13%. Okay. Well, that was surprising. He also has a storage amount, so maybe he can haul as well. I've never recruited a bear before in the game, so now there's one here. We'll definitely try and bring him into the ranks, so to speak. An ailing traveller shuffled haltingly into Orthorpe. Given time to recuperate, they claimed she could work. I mean, she's not bad. Yeah, throw her in. Someone should come and tend to her. Yeah, Cuthboard's on the way to get her. She has chilly, sluggardly, ascetic, and industrious. Which is really weird considering she has the sluggardly perk, which means she doesn't get along with industrious people. But her herself is industrious. So, not sure about that one. Again, we'll make all of her priorities top 1. She has a passion for hunting. I do, however, want miners at the minute, though, so you're going to be a miner for me. She has a passion for artistry, but you're not going to be doing that. And she also likes stewardship, which is relighting all the candles and the torches, etc. I think we'll do that. I have just noticed, however, that we hadn't built any windows in the church, so let's do that. I'll just go for wooden windows, I think. I guess we'll need it in both. So we'll have one there. And then we'll also do, let's hide our roof here. There in the middle. And here as well. I'm also just going to pause the iron and steel production as well at the minute, because I want her to focus on making gold. I'm going to get Jillian to focus on produce. I know I've just woke up in the middle of the night. She'll just have to be pissed off for the day. Yeah, she just went to the treasury to get some gold coins there. 98% that went to. And she's just gone back to get more. Okay, this is somewhat promising news. How many coins did we just... Oh, that used a ton of... Nearly 300 coins that was. And this is going to be for 1. 1 stealing... 1 gold ingot. Yeah, okay, we can't do that. That is not a viable gold sourcing method at all, is it? Oh, this sucks inside. I shouldn't have this indoors, should I? Okay. Come put it outside. I hadn't realised that. Of course, that would make sense, wouldn't it? We really don't want to be doing that. Also going to build a little stone pathway up to the church, or the new church as well. Oh, she's already at work. Wonderful. I thought it would take a few days to recover. Decima is feeling merry. The reason was such a spacious room. Wonderful. More researches are becoming available. And I do have the facility to start producing swords now. We didn't grab stone carving either. I think we'll get that. Really early technology we kind of forgot about. And that'll give us, I guess, some new stone structures. Oh no, these are produced at the stonemason's bench. Okay. So there'll be a production here. Yeah, 35 limestone. It's going to also train that art skill as well. I wouldn't mind having a few statues in stock. Maybe just until we have, say, 5. Let me stick that gold production back on again. Again, just make sure it will accept gold coins. Yeah, there we go. I got my gold coins back there, so thankfully it didn't burn them. Also wants us to hold an event. We could hold one over here. Now we could assign a chaplain. Who's the most... Marjorie's restitutionist. She's devout as well. So we could give them the role. The chaplain is a spiritual guide and moral authority, leading prayer at the restitution shrine during scheduled community roll hours. Tasked with care of souls. It's a heavy job responsibility, isn't it? They administer sacraments and preach sermons at holy day events. It says role requirements that she must be... Oh, she has to be a zealot, and she's not at the minute, is she not? So I guess if she keeps praying, she's going to take on that role for us. You alright, Donald? Preparing food. Yep, everyone's okay. The honey seems to have ticked over, so did we get any beeswax from that? Yes, we did. Perfect. Okay, that's in production then. So that'll make it to here. That's just waiting on the gold ingot again now, isn't it? I think I'm also going to assign Decima to be our librarian. Since she's doing a lot of the research. We need to assign her some role duties. Do that at the end of the day. Same with Donald being the jailer as well. Look at that. Sweet. They are actually eating in the kitchen now. I'm also going to increase your food priorities and crafting. Because things like the kiln and the stones mason's bench are lacking behind. So I think the best way for us to get gold is to actually head out and trade with another settlement. So I think that's what we'll do. We want someone pretty good in melee, I think, in case we get ambushed. Who do we want to send? It'd be nice to send Carl. How close are you to converting? Still only 56. There's Donald to convince him again, which failed. Of course it did. Next person after that is Gillian, who's pretty well equipped. I don't think I want you using a spear though, Gillian. Can you come and grab... Yeah, a lot of our weapons are quite flimsy, aren't they? I guess come and equip this sturdy spear instead. At least it's a little bit better. Let's send her up there. Right, so they have the spear, she's got a helmet, she's got a gambeson, so she's fairly tough. And we'll send you here. So we'll send... who can then take our most viable items. I haven't used that skill book at all, and it's worth a bit, so I'm just going to sell it on. Because I want the gold, I'd rather trade it. A lot of this flimsy armour you can sell, it's worth a fair bit. Yeah, sturdy staff can go, and then what do we have a vast amount of? That's worth something. Again, don't really want to sell. I could do some chronicles, I suppose, couldn't I? Decima is a librarian, so we're producing a lot of research at the minute. And then a lot of linen cloth. That'll take us up to max weight. Only 3% ambush chance. Although we also need to give her some food as well. Can you take some milk? Oh yeah, we really have to balance the load here then, don't we? To make sure that she has enough food supply to make it over there. And then just reduce the linen to bring her back underweight. Could send another person, but again, if she gets ambushed, I'd rather not lose a load of people. So Gillian will form the caravan, which is made up entirely of her, at the caravan halt, and then she'll leave. Now, we could go attack bandits, but we do not have the armor or the weapons, or indeed the siege engines to attack a bandit's castle. They're absolutely massive. That animal just killed something, didn't it? You see that? Killed the pheasant. Oh my god. First time I've actually seen that happen. How is the bear doing? The bear's 28% trained. Donald, to be fair to him, is actually doing a wonderful job of that. But we'll check in with Gillian once she's back. But otherwise, we'll wait for Gillian to arrive. We can check her progress on the map. And then she'll arrive at Henford. There's 2 bandit camps here to attack, but look at the number of settlers they have in them. They will absolutely tear us to shreds. There's like 40 people in those camps. To begin better equipping ourselves, I'm going to start producing... What does Gambesons want? Textiles, the linen cloths. We're already making light armor. Also keep that to a production of 10. And just so we got a basic armory constantly stocked in. Sweet, okay, that should be fine. Don't think we need anything else from that just yet. And then we are producing short swords over here. Which again does want some metal, which we have 30 of each. I'm going to add the iron and the steel ingot productions back here as well. Just so we have a base supply in at all times at least. We've got quite a lot of iron ore. 647 to be precise, so we're not really short on that front. If we can process that down into sellable goods and then trade it to a merchant, might be a better option for actually making some money. More researches are available. Decorative stuff. Ornate wooden beams. We could also grab barrel technology. Oh shit, there's an ambush. Oops. There's an ambush over here. There's an ambush. The Heresy of the Rose is hostile towards your settlement. You cannot barter with them. Okay, well, we're going to fight then. Is this going to be the end of Jillian? It better not be. She's literally one of my best sims. Maybe I should have sent 2 people with her. We're about to find out, everyone. It's a remarkably elaborate game, this one. Isabel versus Jillian. Who will win? She did massive damage with that spear. Come on, Jillian. She just lost her armor, I think. No, no, don't evade it, Jillian. You're right, yeah. Oh yeah, he missed as well. Come on, don't miss. Oh yes, come on, one hit and he's done. Jillian is unconscious? No, she's not. No, Jillian. Oh, she got ambushed and lost it. That's so annoying. So now what? She's just heading back? Yeah, returning. Okay. Well, she didn't seem to lose anything. She still has all of her stuff. So I guess she'll just come home, and it's essentially a failed attempt if she got knocked unconscious. Okay, well, we'll just wait for her to come home then, but that wasn't the greatest ever caravan expedition, was it? Another new settler turns up. Who do we have here? A decent smith. She's going to bring an attack with her, though. Yeah, we could always do with extra hands, I suppose. Again, we'll make all her jobs. Level 1. And you hate hunting, so don't bother with it. And she has literally no other passions. She is like the most vanilla sim we've ever had. And she hates fighting as well. Okay, then just do the tedious jobs. Just become a miner. Cut trees down for me. And you can do a bit of crafting, I suppose, if you've got some spare time. She's currently awaiting medical treatment. And a search party is going to arrive in the next day for her. Hopefully Jillian's going to be back by then. I think we might wait until Carl is recruited and then send him on the expedition, because he's 35 melee, so he will batter anyone who comes across him. He's also a soldier as well, so he's going to be much better at fighting for us. We'll do that then. We'll recruit him in, and then he can earn his keep by going to a settlement to grab hopefully some gold for us. Let's also tick off some more research here as well. Packaged meals sounds like it might be quite nice. I'm going to grab barrel making as well. Wonderful. Another achievement for achieving 10 settlers. Jillian is back. And seems fairly happy, to be honest to her. She'll do some healing. She's going up to bed. So you better feel... But you better heal quickly, Jillian, because people are on their way. You hate fighting, don't you? Yeah, so move to range weapons here. And then also wear all apparel, go find yourself some armor, and then you hate both, but you're slightly better at melee, so that's what you'll be doing. Cool, Katarina. Should go and auto-equip some clothes. What did she just grab? Mask and a sword. We have no better armors lying around for you than that. And this is all just clothes in here, isn't it? Yeah, so armor production is really something I want to lean into now, especially since we're starting to come up against more stacked enemies. I just need someone that's totally dedicated to crafting, because they just don't seem to want to come in and produce. Jillian has a passion for it. We'll deal with that after the search party rocks up anyway. The negotiator has arrived. We'll send them over here to get rid of them. Yeah, of course, we will not bow to demands. Make ready for battle. We'll be here in a couple of hours. Okay, let's set up here all of our melee specialists. That's banking they even attack from this side. They might actually come from another direction, which is somewhat terrifying thought. Just move everyone into position here. Hopefully they'll come this way. If not, it's going to be a very quick squeaky bum jog over here. It'd be nice if you gave an indication as to where they're actually going to come from. You are exhausted, but it's going to be a fight. There's a lot of them, isn't there? My word. 12 enemies have appeared. Are you going to come and attack over here? You're going to attack? You guys just going to hang out? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think they're going to come over here, aren't they? Yeah, it looks like it. Sweet, okay. So, same thing again. All of our melee people come down here. And you guys come and chill in the battlements. We should be able to get some quite tidy shots off, hopefully. Sweet. Everyone moved over. And here we go. Let's have our most armoured, well-equipped people up here. Need to remove some of the armour off the archers as well, really, don't I? You come and get behind cover, Donald. You're a little exposed there. Sweet. And we'll see how this goes. Should hope to make a bit of a dent in them before they get through the walls. But a good test of our defences, just to see how susceptible we are for larger attacks like this. Archer Emma is dead. Wonderful. That's one of theirs done. There's another one. Let's see, move them there, and then we can get a bit of a three-pronged attack here, can't we? As they come through. And those little kill boxes at the doors are immensely helpful. No, you're not shooting anymore, are you? So come over here. Likewise with you as well. You get in as well. If I can even get them to attack. Settlers' wounds needs tending. Okay, you get out of there. You as well. Wonderful. 10 sworn enemies were killed. Decima dealt the most damage. Cuthbert took the most damage. And Katerina took the most hits. Enemies have surrendered. Wonderful. Can I stick them all in the same jail? Or do they need to be in separate cells? Well, we'll take them anyway. We just got an achievement for taking 5 prisoners. Everyone go back to work. And then who was our jailer? Donald, the prison warden, isn't it? Escort to cell. Okay, that's a pretty big fight, that. And few people wounded. Other than that, they seem mostly happy. They're just a bit tired after fighting through the night otherwise. They should be able to convalesce through that. Donald has gone to sleep. Would really rather you escort these people to the cell. Also allow access to all this stuff on the floor too. There we go, look at that. Isn't that amazing? We might even hang one of them. All the goats. Oh my god. Army of goats scavenging them. We'd love to see that. Hilarious. Lilia is being walked through the settlement. I guess she's not going to have a bed to sleep on, is she? Unless she's going to take it in turns sleeping in Carl's bed. We should get someone to, I suppose, tend to her wounds. There you go, you do that just so she doesn't bleed out. And then Donald, you need to come and carry this settler to an empty bed, because she's passed out. I know, she escaped, okay. And rebuild the walls there as well. They've also got a lot of very happy people at the minute as well. Everyone's over the moon. And it looks like she's just going to chill out. But given the fact we've had this happen now, I think it'd be a good time to maybe build some more cells. We're going to strip her of everything, and then also recruit. And then we should also... Looks like all the bodies were stripped anyway, were they? Have they been dropped off now? Imagine they'll be in a stockpile somewhere. Yeah, there you go. So what are they wearing? Yeah, a lot of flimsy, lower crap, really. It's fine. Strip them all anyway. We can either process it down or just allow it to burn. But yeah, they'll burn those corpses as well. But also good to know that both sides of our castle can stand up to attack, which is quite nice. I also want all those rangers to have clothing only, because they're taking up a lot of the heavy armor that I want the melee guys to have. I think I'm also going to start moving down the fletching tree as well, specifically to get to crossbows. I think crossbows would be quite nice. And we'll also grab barrel technology as well while we're down here. So I'm assuming they're going to be made at the wood workshop, are they? Which is not over here, that's the research table. Yeah, okay, we can make them here. Okay, so don't bother with bows anymore. Let's do crossbows, for which we need 3 mechanical wooden components. Keep a surplus of 10 crossbows in at all times. And we do have some wooden mechanical components. Only 17. We need 3 per crossbow. So at the table next door at the woodwork bench, let's also now keep a base supply of wooden mechanical components in. A lot of this stuff isn't being produced though, so I think we probably need to manage this stuff. Yeah, we don't have a favourable carpenter. Decima likes it, as does Marjorie and Theodoric. But it's not going to be a constant ongoing production, so they shouldn't be sat here all the time. Once they hit the limit, it should be alright. 2-handed flails, do we want any of this stuff? No, I don't think so. It should be okay. Okay, so they should tick over nicely as people come in to work on them. And Decima's also coming upstairs to craft wooden items, but she did just run to go and get some raw materials. So I think maybe a stockpile. Yeah, let's just do a generic stockpile. Where can we keep this? Maybe just by the side of the blacksmith hut here. Essentially keep all raw materials, so things like wood, the ores, so they can be processed here. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. At least then there's a local stockpile in the castle, so they don't always have to keep running back to the house to get them. There's a lot of our raw materials actually sat over here. Animals are hungry, that's not a good sign. We should be producing animal feed here, not enough resources though. And vegetables and hay, we're out of hay then, so let's go start collecting a bunch of this long grass growing in the wild. Should be a few little pops of it around here. Check the other side of the river as well, yeah. Come down here, gather all this grass. So we've also got wolf over here as well. Have a look at our domestic animals actually. All of them are put to work. Train that cattle as well, I suppose. That church is slowly coming together. There's clearly just a delay in actually manufacturing the clay bricks, isn't there? Although Katarina is literally on that right now. Fantastic. Sweet, so Decima just made some crossbows here. Where is she going to take them? Oh, sweet. No, she's not. She's actually coming back to the palace to get more wood. Perfect. That is working literally as exactly as I wanted it to then. We also have another merchant coming as well. Send Gillian to barter with him. Donald now considers Gillian a friend. The reason was wonderful conversation. Fantastic. Well, hopefully the trader will think the same. Please have gold. I'd love it if he did. Of course he doesn't. No. In fact, he's really, really crap. That's like terrible. Really bad. No, he's a really terrible trader. Waste of time. I'd actually love to imprison him, but might upset another settlement, so we won't. I want to first see our little church inactive here. People praying at the shrine. Also going to tell a few of my rangers to start equipping these crossbows now. Sweet. And there is our achievement for constructing the oak feathering temple. So give this a roof. Let's come ahead and grab our thatched roof again. And we'll do the half one this time. Although this one might be a little bit awkward because it's a non-even shape, isn't it? Which is fine. I might be able to do something slightly interesting with it. Maybe I can do it back like this. Yeah, maybe that's something we can play with. And I'll change these two at the front to a bit of a steeple. And maybe the ones at the back as well. Just so it looks somewhat church themed, I suppose. In fact, if anything, this looks better than the other one, doesn't it? With this single tile free down the middle. Building the church in. Sweet. Let's give them some church appropriate furniture. I wouldn't mind a bench, but I don't think I actually have one. So unless it's in the furniture tree. But we'll also give them the clay brick brazier as well. I'll have 2 there. And then 2 on the outside. So it looks slightly more important, I suppose, isn't it? I actually kind of like that with the roof. It's a bit of a unique design, isn't it, I think? Sweet. But that gives both of our religious sects their own chapels now. One of which is in the church itself, which even has a little tree growing outside it. Isn't that cute? I really like that, actually. We've also got another mass harvest to do here as well. Someone's going to be very, very busy. Just thinking how much food we have. We are fermenting some of it, I think, aren't we? Yeah, fruit juice and then mash. So we've got another attack, everyone. They have spawned in a very awkward and dangerous position there. They're going to attack this side though. So hopefully we can actually get everyone set up here, because this might be everyone a little bit the old squeaking again. Make sure the crossbows are front and center as well. If anything, it gives us kind of a nice time to test out the new crossbows, doesn't it? Unless they're going to cross over the water. Oh, they are as well. They've done me, everyone. They've done me. They're crossing over. I think they are anyway. Yeah, they are. It's interesting that, isn't it? I wonder if that's because it's quite a bit more defensible. Is that everyone here? It should be. Slant boy guys on the bottom, who are now all wearing that plate armor. Sweet. These guys don't look particularly well armored. This should be a pretty easy win here. So who's using a crossbow? Emilina. Or Emelina, I suppose. It does take them quite a bit longer to shoot with a crossbow though, doesn't it? Which I suppose makes sense. There's another one. Make sure everyone's firing here. Let's bring Mark up to the front again. Although he's actually lost his weapon. Not that you're going to have time to get to it, but come and grab yourself a bow. Sorry, Mark. Your weapon broke, I think, mid-fight, did it? And then again, let's move these guys into position for pillbox shooting. I'm surprised they're not. Yeah, there we go. Another 10 enemies dead. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. No, what's this one? This one reels free like an eel and cannot be captured. 39 marksman on Jordan. Wowzers, trousers, everyone. And 33 melee. He's got to be a soldier, right? Background accurate archer. Yes, absolutely, we're capturing Jordan. Everyone undraft. And then immediately take Jordan to the cell. Jillian is doing it, actually. Fantastic, everyone. Have access to all that. And strip all of these bodies down. We've got a ton of winter clothes knocking about now, haven't we? We are now, however, cramming 3 prisoners into a cell. Carl just failed on his recruiting attempt. He's still nearly done. Maybe I should expand the cell here. Someone needs to tend to his wounds, though. Can you do that, Donald, while you're there? Tend to his wounds, please. Are you doing that? I think he's went to get some bandage for them, is he? Oh, he's going underground. He's taking the long way around. Yeah, that Jordan is a very, very good fighter. So, we'll absolutely have him. Oh, Cuthbert tended to his wounds already. Yeah, so they're all sleeping on the floor. I doubt that's good for their prisoner morale. So, let's expand the jail cell a little bit here. Eventually I can envision an actual sort of jail building itself, but I'd like a little bit more stone for that. And as we know from this episode, that is very much in short supply. Let's grab the hay sleeping bed. And we'll put those in there. And do we need more prisoners' stash? There's 2 lavish meals. Why are we feeding them lavish meals? Excuse me? Absolutely not. Just simple meals for them. Villagers are starving. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. I forgot to disband you, didn't I? Sorry, yeah, go on, Mark, you sort yourself out. That's all up with him. Maybe we need to give them some windows and whatnot. We'll knock this wall out in the middle once they've built this, so obviously they can't escape. And then these 2 middle blocks can be deleted. Oh yeah, that's broken the prison cell, hasn't it? Because I didn't put the wooden floor on. Let me do that before they actually run away. That needs to be done, like, immediately. Theodric is coming to finish it off. Hopefully that won't let them run away. That would be massively disappointing if it did. And then build them a wooden floor under these beds as well. It is still classed as awful. So what do they want, a chair or something? I guess it's super small, isn't it, for them, really? I could probably even expand it out. I think I will do that. And let's keep the wooden wall going up to here. And then I'll just build out the general prison cell vibe a little bit more there. That way we can start to hold a few more. And I suppose we should build them some windows. Can we do... Yeah, just a wooden window's fine, right? I can get a glimpse into the outside world there. Yeah, we just have some hostile animals. A nasty bear has spawned, but we won't have to deal with him. Yeah, sweet, that's done now. So all of these middle walls can be deleted. So the prison cell is now modest, which I'm assuming is going to help them recruit a little bit faster. And Carl is also quite cold, so we will give them a clay brazier. And I guess we'll give them a chair. Prisoners like chairs, don't they? Okay, with those additions it's kept it modest, but at least Carl might be a little bit warmer. It is hopefully warmer in here now. And then I just want someone to move the bed, which Mark is on his way to do. And then I'll also add in a 4th one as well, just so we can future-proof any prisoners that come in next time. And they're also back to eating stew rather than lavish meals. Definitely something you want to check in on that. Sweet. So now we just have a little prison camp next door to us. Got 0% train. Yeah, you start recruiting Jordan. She's 15% and he's 87. So we're very nearly about to gain Carl, who again is a good soldier for us. So I think he'll be our next expedition once we try to send another caravan out to deal with the issues that we're having here. I've also just noticed one of the goats is called Sir Barks a lot, which is possibly the best auto-generated pet name we've ever had, isn't it? Really love that. Fantastic. Carl has just joined us. Filling food pouch. Welcome in, Carl. How are you, my friend? This is really wonderful news. Let's manage him. And we'll find Carl to be really excellent melee. So grab yourself a melee one-handed. And all of your apparel. See where he's going here. What did he just pick up? Light armor, that's fine by me. And then he's also going to grab some clothes. See where he's heading here for supplies. Just got a great helmet. Perfect. And then he's grabbed himself a falcon as well. Wonderful. Okay, well, your first order of business, Carl, is to go on an expedition. It's minus 8% here, but they are neutral to us. So we'll go with that. Carl will go. We've actually got some superior goods we can sell here as well now. Let's also make sure he has enough food, first of all. Take some stew and a fair amount of honey. Sell all these good crossbows. They're pretty easy to produce and they're worth quite a bit of money. I don't want to sell the swords because they're using iron, which is not massively readily available at the minute. It takes a while to produce. And then a bunch of the javelins as well, since we're now using crossbows instead as a range option. And then a bunch of these flimsy weapons. Just sell all these because these are what we've taken from the raiders. Likewise with some of the armor as well. Yeah, all these flimsy helmets are just taking up stockpile space. We're making our own helmets now anyway. Making quite a lot of summer clothes, but these weigh a ton, so we can only sell a few of them. Perfect. So Carl, as last time, we'll put together a little caravan. He's got a decent weapon, some decent armor, and he's also very good at melee, so he better win, because I really want to trade some gold, since it's now coming into our build areas, isn't it? We've also got a fence breach here as well. Let's add that back in. And the bodies are also taking a long time to burn. So I'm going to copy some more pyres in there as well. I think we still got bodies lying around, but they've moved them out of this stockpile. They were there earlier. I think here as well, where we've got the iron ore, I'm going to ask you to not store the iron ore over here. Because it doesn't need to be stored here anymore. Neither does limestone or gold. Not that gold is being stored here at all. And because all this stuff is being processed in the castle now, over at these 3 workbenches. So they might as well just store it here so it's readily available. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to see. Iron arriving here so it can be processed at the smelting furnace, which again is still producing. It's quite slow though. Maybe a second one on the go. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Build another clay furnace. And then that should be processed over here, where we're still making swords. And we can smelt items for metal as well. What can we do here? Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of this. I mean, we have savage plate armor. I mean, I'd like them to process really by quality. So we can do that here. So anything flimsy quality. Smelt down. Not really bother what it is, because if it's flimsy, it's about to break anyway. And then just, I guess, forever, just smelt everything that's flimsy forever. So that way we can just recycle the materials straight back into our higher production stuff. We've got loads of people crafting up here. Doing a fair bit of sewing for our winter clothes, which is very nearly due. We only have 3. So, I mean, should Gillian be tailoring? No, Donald should be, really. Yeah, he's 13, our highest tailoring. Mark can do a bit as well, actually. He's level 12. More research is available. Let's keep ticking off these early technologies. We've got merchant structures. A mighty strong box to keep gold coin for brokerage and similar purposes under lock and key. No, I don't really need that just yet, do I? We do have settlers that are idle, though. Mark is idle. What jobs do you have to do, Mark? I mean, you're priority 1 on an awful lot of stuff. I guess I've stopped mining, haven't I? They've cleared it all out. I guess just keep clearing this. There's little mounds of rocky soil here. So we might come across the ability to get more limestone deposits out. We've got people idling, then we'll send them to do more things. Love that we've got 2 people in here as well now smelting. Really makes this workshop feel alive, doesn't it? Really happy with that. And even though they're sitting in the church to eat, it does kind of make it look like they're attending church, doesn't it? We've had a mercantile caravan come in alongside a lone traveller. Caravans at destination. Let's negotiate. So, oh, they have gold. Oh my god. I'm so happy about that. So happy. Okay, you are going to sell everything to them, which is the equivalent value of 125, which isn't massively. Gold ingots are 12, gold ore is 1.2. Yeah, we need the ore then, don't we? Absolutely. I mean, there's only so much he can store anyway. Oh, he also needs food supplies for the journey back, does he? Okay, that's really interesting. I really like this trade mechanic. It's probably the best of any city builder, like medieval city builder we've seen. Okay, so we can come back with 98 gold ore. What else are they selling here? Pretty much everything, isn't it, they sell really, beside this stuff down here. You should want to finalise yet. 98 gold for a skill book. And clothes. Yes, I do want to accept the barter. Sweet, so he's going to come back with near enough 100 gold ore. So it looks like that is going to be our primary source of gold, doesn't it? Is sending out those caravans. So once he arrives back, we'll see how much of a dent he makes in the current gold demands, which is being processed here. Donald has gained the perk, the Lord of Misrule. What does that give him? For some tricks, Bithynia are a midwinter indulgence, but Donald likes to play jokes all year round. Oh, here's one of those traders. What are you doing, sir? You're just visiting, are you? Who are you? You're a druid. Okay, well, he's just hanging out in the temple. Seems pretty happy. Okay, so I didn't realise I had to tell Carl to come back. He's on his way home now. How are we doing over here? Oh, you've uncovered more limestone. Tremendously exciting. You guys are going to need a ramp to get down there, though. More precious limestone, everyone. Buried under the earth. And then I'm just going to copy the entire production queue over to the new furnace. We should start running both of them now. Got a lot of dogs knocking about too. Some of these guys are very nearly trained, actually. There's a few dogs that aren't being trained. I'm almost wondering if Donald Hyde has too much to do now. Is there anyone that can assist him with animal handling? No one else really has passion for it. If they have a low skill, they're also going to get wounded as well. Yeah, the next greatest one is Katarina. Okay, you can also do a little bit as well then, because there is quite a few animals to train these days. It's probably getting a bit much for Donald. And we've had another fence breach over here. Let's fix that. Oh, sweet, they're building the shrine. Amazing. So the gold must have landed back, did it? I haven't seen it enter the production economy. But 5 gold bars just appeared. Fantastic. Amazing. And they're also building these ones as well. Isn't that cool? So they're actually just missing the limestone from that now, that's all. Look, how has that entered the economy? Did they burn the money for that? Yeah, they did, didn't they? They used the coins. I mean, which is fine. Like, I'm trading materials anyway. I'm not really bothered about melting down the coins. Until I come to need something from a merchant, that is. I'm sure I'm going to regret those words as the settlement progresses. Let's also copy the burn command order for the new pyres as well. So maybe Carl hasn't even dropped off that gold just yet then. Wonder, in the gold, did I leave... Yeah, I left gold coin tick, didn't I? I should probably turn that off. Well, it worked though. It did work. It allowed us to build some things at least. And here is Carl. Welcome back, Carl. He's also coming to use the new temple. Fantastic. Which I really like the ambient lighting. It's very cool, that, isn't it? Yeah, okay, there's our gold ore. It is in the pile now. That's very good. That means we can also finish our items here as well, so we can store holy relics in these. I don't have any of those just yet. Let's go ahead and make sure we're actually producing gold here as well. My amount is set to 0, you idiot. I'm actually going to remove the fence from here where we had the breach, because they can cut through into the pile over there. We also have another merchant on the way as well. Let's come ahead and barter with him. Maybe we'll have some gold that we can set up here. No, there's no gold coin to make, but he does have gold coin to trade with us. If I mean, I've got so much linen cloth here. I'll sell you a ton of that. 168 gold's worth to be precise. That'll do for me. There's nothing else really I want from him. No, he's got some. He's got a book, but just take the gold. In which case, just to actually get that done, I'm going to allow them to smelt the coins again. But not permanently. I will eventually stop that off once we get a larger supply of gold from another caravan expedition, likely. Sweet. Here comes another batch of gold ore, which they are smelting the coins down now. That should give me some gold ingots. Yeah, we've also got some more limestone down here as well, which I failed to notice. Build another ramp down. And then start working on this stuff here. Really does go quite deep underground, doesn't it? Some rocky soil here as well. Let's get rid of this next top layer. And that should let us finish the last shrine then. And they're building the last shrine as well now, which needed the gold. Fantastic. Sweet. And then that finally completes our 2 chapels today. Now we have all the gold in. That was a little bit of an effort to get the gold, wasn't it? But it's done now. My word. But I feel like it's a good place to leave the episode there, guys. Thank you for continuing to ask for Going Medieval. Honestly, this game is just so much fun. Like, Medieval RimWorld is such a nice genre to play. And there's a load of really fun mechanics, the whole world trading system here. And we'll definitely get stuck into that, I think, as our map lacks certain materials. And we got plenty of happy people all working here now. Absolutely tons of food and plenty of animals also in training. I'll leave it there. Massive shout out to all the YouTube members and patrons that support the channel. Links down to that are in the video description if you find yourself interested. Don't forget to leave me some likes and comments down below. Always helps these videos do well. And again, thank you for watching and even asking for stuff that isn't City Skylines. It's always so refreshing for me as a creator to be able to get away from playing the same game all the time. And I absolutely love Going Medieval. So check it out if you haven't already. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.